Hello YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about which of these to use, and a little bit about both of them. Now I just got done watching 3Z Inferno's video about talking about Ladybug. I think he did a really good job on it. I think he left out a few things, but he might not have even known about them. I didn't up until like a week ago, a few rulings about it. But I'm going to talk a little bit about both of them, and then what my opinion is on them. So I'll start out with the one that came out first, Hopper. I can understand why people like Hopper. He's got 1700 attack, which is a card, an amount that nothing else really has in this deck. I mean, what, Centipede 16, Dragonfly's only 1000, and Hornet's 500. I mean, having something that has some high attack and he's an Injector is always good. But yeah, I could really see why people use him. One of the things that I think a lot of people don't realize about him is whenever, I know this doesn't really matter first turn, but if you, let's say like game, you know, they have low life points. If you go normal summon Dragonfly, activate effect to equip Hopper, because you don't have a Hornet or something, you send Hopper to grave to summon into a Centipede, use Centipede's effect to equip Hopper, send to grave to add to hand a Hornet or whatnot. You can't attack with either of those then, because whenever you use its effect to make that monster attack directly, you can't attack with any other monsters. So if you use it on both your monsters, then you can't attack with either of them. So that's one of the downfalls of this, or not downfall, but downside, I guess. I have used it before to attack directly for game. I had a Centipede, I equipped Hopper, send to grave to add to hand a Gigamantis, equip Gigamantis to Centipede and attack directly for 24. That was pretty nice. But that's one of the things I don't really like about Hopper, is that it makes you not be able to attack. Ironically, he's 17, so he's good at attacking himself. You know, if you equipped Hornet to him, he's freaking 22. That can run over a Cyber Dragon, that can run over plenty of things. But if you use his effect, like, nothing can attack unless you only use his effect on one monster. And I don't really like that about him. But other than that, he's a really good card. Another thing, he's a 4-star. So, I mean, with Ladybug out, you can make other 4-stars, but unless you're running 2, like, I guess you would just, like, during your OTK, you could just equip stuff to him, but you can't really exceed with them, I mean, if you only run one of them. So yeah, and yeah, like I said, if you equip Excalibur, he's 25, so that can run over most Dino Rabbit stuff. Now I'm going to talk about Ladybug. Ladybug is really interesting. I like it. It's a level 2, which means you can't exceed with all the other Injector monsters. But one thing I do like about it, okay, so, first off, it says you can target one face-up monster you control, increase that target's level by 2. I've actually made a play before, where my opponent just set one card, you know, so one monster card, and like 2 back row, or I think it was like 1 back row, into turn. Okay, I had Mind Control in hand, and a Centipede, and this. So, I Mind Controlled the set card, because I thought it was going to be like a Sangan or something level 3 that I could do something with, and it was an Effect Veiler, level 1 Effect Veiler, you know. So I was like, well, shoot. Then I was reading Ladybug, and I normal summoned Centipede, activated this effect to equip Ladybug from hand. I can send Ladybug to grave to increase the Effect Veiler that I control by 2 levels, making it a level 3 Effect Veiler. Then I added to hand Dragonfly with my Centipede effect and overlaid for like an Acid Golem and hit him for 3k. I mean, just it's pretty versatile in that you can increase any level. So if for some reason, I don't know, if you're playing Fortune Ladies, Injectors, I guess, or something, you can increase Fortune Ladies, or any monster you control, any Fortune Lady you have, or if for some reason you want to increase the Stardust by 2 levels, you could do that, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty flexible about it. Another thing that I really like about it is, now, I'm not really sure if this is right or not, so if it's not right, just tell me, or comment, send me a message, whatever. A guy at my locals said, now, this is what he said. He said, because it says you can target one face-up monster you control, increase that target's level by up to 2. That's up to 2. That means 0, 1, or 2. So theoretically, because it says up to 2, you can send Ladybug to grave to increase your Injector's level by 0, keeping it level 3. So if that's right, which I guess, I mean, it seems logical, it says up to 2. So if that's right, whenever I use Ladybug's effect on a Dragonfly, I can go for a rank 3, 4, or 5 exceed. And that's just really versatile. Because then I could just send Ladybug to the grave to increase the level of something by 0, so I'm not doing anything. I can just get the effect of my Centipede or Dragonfly for no reason. I'm not causing anything, you know. Hopper, you can only attack with that monster, and Hornet, you have to pop something. So if they have nothing on the field and you want to attack with all your monsters, you just want the effect of your Inzectors, you can just do this, send it to grave for nothing, and you get the effects. I mean, if that's right, then I really, really like this card. You know, I've been doing that, but if it's wrong, tell me. I just couldn't find anywhere on the internet that said you can't. But it says up to 2, so I mean, that's the wording. Yeah, and so pretty much you could send this to grave first turn, and you could send this to grave first turn. But at any time you could send this to grave just to get the effects, and you can attack with all of them. If you use this to get your effects, you can't attack with any of them if you want all your effects, you know, from like a Dragonfly. So that's why I like this a little bit better. 3Z Inferno didn't talk about the up to 2 thing, but I didn't even know about the up to 2 thing until like I think a week and a half ago, and I have a regional this Sunday or Saturday, so I'm glad I found out about that. So if you know, I'm using Ladybug's effect, and I have a remove from play Dragonfly or something, and I really want to remove from play, go Leviair, I can just go increase level by 0, I guess, and I can't wait to see their faces, unless you know they already know about that ruling. But yeah, that's about that. Yeah, so I'm running 2 Ladybug actually. I can understand why you'd only run 1, because it's kind of a tech, and it can be a dead draw at times. I mean, it'll definitely be more of a dead draw than Hopper, because Hopper's got 17, you know, that just runs over everything. But I don't think he'll be much, I'm only running 2, not 3, because I would like to see it, you know. If you're only running 1 of a card, I mean, you can search it with Centipede, but I'd much rather search like a Dragonfly or a Gigamantis, or something that'll let me go off again, or keep me going off that turn. If I searched Ladybug, it just wouldn't help that much. So I'd like to draw into it, or you know, even be able to foolish into it if I already have a Hornet Grave. But yeah, that's what I'm running. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys running Hopper or Ladybug? Are you running both? I considered running 1 Ladybug, 1 Hopper, but I just kind of like Ladybug's effect a little bit better. Even though Hopper's a beater, I kind of like Ladybug's effect. And in my opinion, in a deck like Inzectors, where most of the time you're popping things, you shouldn't be attacking at all unless you're like OTKing or you're going Acid Golem, or I mean, most of the time you can just pop off stuff and then exceed to run over. You don't have to have something that innately can run over things, you know. But that's just my opinion on it. I'm not dissing anybody else that runs Hopper. I know people who play 3 Hopper, no Ladybug, and they still do well. But that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you around.